talking about BMI and the correlation to chronic inflammation. This is something that a lot of other healthcare providers don't talk about, because BMI is more than just a number, a ratio between how tall versus how wide you are. It actually has some real data to it, and that real data is that it's been found if you have a high BMI, you also have high inflammation, and inflammation is bad for you. And I'm going to tell you, why that is during this video. So stay tuned to hear about that and what you can do about it. So the main point about BMI and chronic inflammation is that if you have a high BMI, it's because you most likely have a lot of adipose tissue. And adipose tissue is fat. And that fat is usually stored around the midsection. Increases your systemic inflammation because fat in the midsection is a part of visceral fat. So it's a different type of fat compared to subcutaneous fat. And so the fat that is close to your organs, or visceral fat, tends to be more metabolically active. So it's like fat that actually is doing stuff. Well, I wonder what it's doing. Not good stuff for your health. So it turns out that this fat that's around your midsection is actually releasing CRP, which is C-reactive protein, which is an inflammatory chemical. It's also releasing tumor necrosis factor near those organs and near portal vein, and it's also releasing interleukin 6. And so a way to think about this is that if you have a high BMI and you have a lot of adipose tissue around your midsection, is that fat is that organ that is very metabolically active, sending out proteins into your system that is inflaming you and can lead to increased pain perception, and obviously chronic pain, a host of neuromusculoskeletal conditions, and metabolic conditions. So you can kind of see how this is really important to your health. Musculoskeletal pain connection to this is that there's a clear link between people having a higher BMI and having more musculoskeletal problems, and a lot of the times we think that's because there's more weight on the human body's frame. But it's not just that. It's also this inflammation piece. And so that's something that you need to keep in mind. It's not just how you look. It's not just how your clothes fit. This inflammation thing is really causing a big problem potentially for you. And so what can you do about this? The one thing that we recommend with our patient is that Monday through Friday, which we call 80% of the time, we want you to eat an anti-inflammatory diet. And this is really simple. You get to choose a meat of your choice. And I know that we can get in the weeds with like meats, organic versus grass-fed, but I can tell you right now when it comes to beef, grass-fed is what you want. It's more important than it being organic. And then pretty much any vegetable you want, any fruit you want, any tube vegetable, so any type of like potato, and any type of rice, and then nuts. So that's pretty much your diet for all your meals Monday through Friday, and on the weekends just have fun. Another way to approach this is just to eat a Mediterranean diet. Mediterranean meets all of these standards, and so it's a really easy thing to follow, and it's also really tasty. Another thing to consider to try to keep your inflammation low is to get in good exercise, and it doesn't have to be something crazy. There's actually a lot of studies now showing that walking is just really beneficial, and then also making sure that you maintain healthy stress levels and healthy sleep hygiene, because with your sleep and stress being affected can elevate your chronic inflammatory load as well. And so what's your BMI? How's your inflammation? Maybe it's time to look at this. Maybe it's time to do something about this. If you guys have any questions about this, feel free to comment, and feel free to subscribe for more videos like this.